Ladies and mostly gentlemen, it's a 2017 Kia Optima with a code that the owner of the vehicle couldn't find a video on YouTube. That's what he told me on the phone, so I figured to make one. As I said, I received a call from the owner of the vehicle. He said that he has a code, and he did send me the code on a text message that he couldn't find any information on Google or YouTube. I'm not sure about Google, but definitely he said he focused on YouTube. He said he couldn't find anything useful on YouTube. So it was kind of interesting for me, and I figured to start filming this case study. A little history about the vehicle. The vehicle involved in an accident. It's here in a collision slash pigeon center, and the engine is shaking. I don't know if it was mount or misfire, but he said the car was hit on this side, the passenger front, and he changed this valve. They didn't do anything to wiring. He said this is broken and they fixed it, which they shouldn't. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's a part of the intake. They have to change the whole intake. Hey, as long as it doesn't leak. I told him that leaks is gonna make the engine misfire or acting up. Now, I know we're not here for the fuel trims. I'm just curious to know if the fuel trims are okay. I don't like the shake. The shake. You see it? You guys see it? So, scanning the vehicle. The code, as states in the title of the video, it's a P06A4 Sensor, sensor reference voltage D, circuit low. So I gathered some information for you, and we're going to start with the component inspection. It looks like here it's talking about the AC pressure sensor. So it says ignition off, connector scanner, ignition on, monitor AC pressure voltage, and live data. So let's bring these four data pads on the screen. Come here. We go live data. So what's cool about the auto, you can slide this down and go here and search. So first we're gonna go speed, actual engine speed. Next we're gonna look for the air conditioner. How about AC request to ECU. No, we need the I think that's it. Yeah. Next we are going to put AC pressure voltage and the pressure. AC pressure voltage and AC pressure. And by the way, we have a cool air, but we don't have cold air. Alright, these four values. So we can graph, and graph. Okay, so AC pressure increase as AC is turned on. So let's put back off. So it is off. AC pressure voltage is 0.5 volt, and the AC pressure is 510. It does state here, like, see if it's 148 and The voltage is between 1.3 and 1.9 is 1.7. We have a 5 volt. And with the on condition, see when it's off, the voltage is less. When it's off, its voltage is less and pressure is less. And when it's on, the pressure increases. Okay, so let's put it on. We do have it on, and we didn't have any change in both. Now what does it say? Oh, by the way, we can do this. See, AC on off the button, and we don't see any change. All right, we might getting close to our problem. AC pressure increases and on. And go to the next procedure. Carefully redo this. Be sure that if no problem were found, install the component with the specific. Okay, so next, hold on. Is the parameter display within specification? Oh, if it's yes. No, it's not. Careful redo this. Troubleshoot guide steps. If no problem were found with the circuit or connector, replace the AC pressure transducer and then go to verification repair. Okay, the weird thing, the AC compressor clutch is engaged. Is it? That's the reason why I felt cool air, not cold air. And the fan is on. And this is the sensor right here. What's going on here? Somebody repaired some wire in here. Yeah, I want to disconnect it. Let me bring the scanner. Okay, so when I turn it off, yeah, the fan went off. All right. Okay, let's see what we get when we disconnect it. Well, we'll get zeros. It definitely took a hit. But hold on. Was that a pressure in the PSI? Yeah, PSI. I talked to him. They changed the radiator, so there shouldn't be anything here. He said he didn't charge it. Why this 510 though? PSI. Should it be 0? But right here, it's empty. The system's empty. So let's look at the harness also. Okay, the harness looks good, although it took a hit, but I don't see any damages. I'm curious to know what's the values here. That one's going to be power, ground, and a signal going back to the engine control module. And I think it's working. I think the sensor is working. Okay, don't tell me we are having the same problem that we had with my older power probe. So somebody's charging the system for us, but the only change here is the voltage. The voltage changed from 0.45 to 1 volt and it increased, but the pressure didn't change at all. So that yellow wire, we do have a ground. The white one, we have 5 volt. And the middle one, nothing, because it's the signal. This one has to be plugged in order to check the middle one. Let me plug it and go get my probe. Main one, we have 1 volt, as it showed on the scanner. In the test, it was showing 1.7, goes down to about 1.4, the voltage. But the pressure is what concerns me. So, based on the test, we should replace this sensor. You don't have any change in the pressure whatsoever. Going back to the test, it jumps to fuel rail pressure sensor. And ignition off, connect VMI to, I think VMI 2 channel, says 2 oscilloscope. A to pin 2, and then ground pin 4, B to pin 4 on the throttle position sensor signal terminal throttle body. I think it's trying to measure the scope the speed or the throttle opening. So ignition on, test condition idle to acceleration. Okay. So when you have, this is the fuel pressure sensor. Is that voltage? Fuel pressure sensor voltage. Fuel pressure sensor. Oh, pin 2. That's why probably fuel pressure, probably a 3 pin. Same thing, 1 signal. And the, let's check. I already got, since I don't want to pull the leads, and we can do here everything we have in the live data. Let's go back here and we can look for pressure, fuel tank pressure, voltage, AC compressor, fuel pressure control active. I need voltage, AC pressure, voltage 1.1, AC fuel tank pressure, voltage, fuel pressure set point, signal voltage, fuel pressure. Okay, 5 right here. Okay, so we still have speed, RPM, actual speed. So okay, and we are going, the autel is sweet enough to merge all of them in one graph. So let me go back here. Cancel merge. I want to just change the color of, actually, yeah, that's good. Okay, what do we have here? Green, white, and this to red. Fuel pressure, PSI, fuel signal. So when you go high on the speed, nothing changes here. The fuel pressure and the voltage. You see it? It goes down. Goes up. That's what it says, right? I mean, I didn't read it. Signal voltage of fuel pressure sensor increases in proportion to engine speed. Yeah, the voltage should increase. Is it up to 5 or 6? Because it's 2, 4, 6, 8. So either 5 or maximum 4.3 right here. 4.3 volts. 2.4 volts here. This is the fuel pressure sensor, and this is the throttle position. Okay. Never mind here. Our guy is here. This is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, about 2.4. Yes, 2.4 maximum. We have 5 volt, and it's a bias voltage. It won't changes. Okay, so definitely have something going on here. And next, what do we have? Oh, there's the diagram. Fault might be intermittent and caused either by poor connection, connector, or wire and harness, or been repaired. And control module memory is not cleared. Or it's been repaired and control module memory is not cleared yet. Totally check terminal battery or connector looseness. Okay, repair, replace the necessary, and then verify vehicle repair procedure. Careful, redo this, troubleshoot. Good. Okay, if no problem or found, let's take a connector, replace the fuel pressure sensor, and then go to. Okay. How common both of them are bad. Both of them are not responding. Component location. Okay. Oh, I want to see the fuel rail. Okay, so it's under the intake manifold right here on this side, passenger side. DTC information. These are the possible causes. Sensor, AC pressure sensor, or the fuel rail sensor, poor connector connection, short to ground and power circuit. Power supply sensor lower than full. Conditions on. Threshold value, power supply voltage of sensor lower than 4.5. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Continuous on drive cycle. Okay, go back. ATC, no. Oh, sorry for the glare. Yeah, suspect poor connection. So, let's do the throttle. Throttle position sensor, TPS, angle. Okay, that's good. Here's the voltage, 4.4. That's good. Let's see the map. Manifold pressure sensor. Okay. Nothing here. Useful. PCM provides a 5-volt reference volt to AC pressure transducer, fuel pressure sensor. The PCM monitors Reference voltage deviation from the power supply circuit of the sensor. Okay. Verification of the wiring inspection. Okay, let's go wire inspection. Engine control system. Let's go take measurements at that sensor. Put a key on and probed on the red. There is a red, what is that, pink or white, and then brown. The red is ground signal. The brown 5 volts, and the middle we're not gonna have anything. Oh, we do. 5 volts. So let me put it back. And now probe on the middle one, the white one. And what do we have? We have a bed probe. Okay, good. Oh, we still have 4.75. And now, why when I unplug them, or at least this one, let's go scan the vehicle, see what codes we have. Okay, sensor reference volts, fuel. Okay. So based on the test, we should change the 2 sensors. See if we have a proper change in the fuel pressure sensor reading after we played with the pigtail. Fuel pressure stuck on 76. Is it possible that signal wire short to power? So when you go look up the fuel pressure sensor troubleshooting, we don't have much information, but here, and if the fuel pressure sensor malfunctions, it enters failsafe mode. This means that the fuel pressure rises to match the increased value of the current level, and the pressure in the low pressure fuel line remains static despite the rise fuel pressure. The reason why I'm focused on this, not the AC refrigerant pressure sensor, the reason why, because on that one the The signal, the middle one, we had 5 volts, plugged or unplugged. With this one, when we unplug it, we have no voltage. So again, that signal wire could be shorted to 5 volts. It wasn't moving. Should we do the same thing, a disconnect test, see what the values are? Yeah, why not? I decided to go with continuity test, and we are doing the signal wire, which is pin number 2 over there, the middle one, with this pin 39, and we do have continuity. And what's the resistance? That's acceptable. Let me switch the other ones. The ground, pin 38, the red one, and pin number 1 goes, does it go to the other connector or no? Said look like it's the same on C200A 102. It was good. And here's the layout for the harness, just in case somebody needs it. The other sensor over there, and this is pin 50. This is the other connector. Pin 50 right here, which is the yellow one over there. Sensor ground. And the green one, the one in the middle, 0.6 ohm, acceptable. Pin 30, right here, which is the sensor ground, a signal, sorry. The last one is the 5 volt reference, which is good, we checked it already. Uh, 79, 1.6 ohm, set pin 79. So everything is good. All the wiring have continuity to the engine control module. Now there's 2 things that I want to check. I want to check the signal with the other pins, if there's any continuity. So signal in the middle, or like that. Pins are not shorted to each other's. The weird thing is that the test is talking about the sensors, replace the sensors, but again, how likely the 2 sensors went bad, and I don't see any connection between them when it comes to the diagram. I am probing on both pins. I'm touching just to make sure that it's working. Yeah, I'm probing on the other pin. We don't have anything, so it's not shorted to each other. How about the signal short to ground? So they're not short to ground. Again, I was saying how likely both sensors go bad at the same time. The test says the sensor, but in my mind I'm thinking of the engine control module, although the test didn't mention anything about the engine control module. But we have to follow the test. I mean, I know we did some extra tests. It wasn't mentioned over there, but I mean, it doesn't hurt. And I am going to go with just because we saw a change when we put some gas in the system on the AC sensor, the refrigerant sensor, so I'm going to go with the fuel pressure sensor. Let's change that and see what's the outcome. It's been a week or probably more since we worked on this car, and the problem is the owner of the vehicle was having a problem finding the part. Believe it or not, he went to the dealer, and because I told him I need the one from the dealer, he said they told him the price is around 100, but it takes 12 days to get the sensor. He went to Pep Boys or AutoZone, and he said he found it, but it's for $240. That's crazy. So his last resort was the junkyard. He went to the junkyard. He said he found one guy only selling that sensor. Everybody wanted to sell it with the engine, and that guy, he said he put it on eBay and he found out the price, so he charged me $100 and I had to get it. So he paid $100 for a junkyard sensor. He said the battery was disconnected. He put the sensor, he changed the intake, because I told him he needed to change the intake for that hissing. And he said once he put the battery back, the check engine light never came back. He drove it for about 25 miles, and check engine light never came back. So we are here to do a verification of repair. Let me arrange some data pads and get you guys back with me. I'm not sure what we pulled last time because the laptop is not with me, and even the clips are not with me. They're at home, but I think we were looking at the fuel pressure, and that pressure was stuck on 80 or 90, but now everything's promising. I just primed the system. It was 300, and then once I prime it, it jumped to 800, which matches the desired. Okay, everything looks good here, and scanning the vehicle. Pass, no fault. Okay, last thing I want to look at the fuel trims. That's some extra without charges for the owner. Make sure that he doesn't have any leaks anymore. We don't have fuel trims here. Oh, I think it's back in a regular OBD mode. I'll look at it, give him the car, but so far it's good. I think this car is good to go. Thank you guys for watching. If anything changes, I will definitely put it in a text or a video. Like, share, subscribe, do whatever you like to do. Have a good day.